If you could anyone without consequence, who would it be?
I really would like to have sex with 50 Cent.
Really?
I think he's so hot.
I think he
is
would.
hot.
He dated Chelsea Handler.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's such
really
a great troll.
Yeah. He's very funny.
I think this is
He's been
realistic.
shot in the face.
I think if we clip this, it could get to him.
Guys, we're here with stand-up legend Adrienne Iapalucci. So excited to have you.
That sounds awful.
What, stand-up legend?
I'm not a legend.
Well,
I'm
just
Just
love
old.
your jokes.
Is that it? Maybe.
No,
If you're old.
No, you boldly twist the knife and you don't fucking care. I think that you care probably the least out of most comics I've ever talked to about offending. Like, I don't even know, like, if you've even thought about being bothered by that. And that is, to me, a true testament of a stand-up comedian that has like a thicker skin in that realm.
I don't know. I guess I think earlier in my career, I would see people who were very clean and, just could do so many more like corporate things, and you're making 20 grand a corporate event. You're like, man, if I could just do that, but it's just not the way my brain works.
Yeah. You gotta go with your authentic
it's just not
self.
who I am. So it's like, that is just kind of who I am. And like, that's the thing, because people will be like, oh, you're so dark or edgy or whatever. I'm like, that's just how I am. Like, I'm not trying to even be a certain way. It's just who I am.
Yeah. Has that ever gotten you into trouble?
I don't know. I mean, like with who?
Anyone.
In school, the
that you cared
authority,
about.
like is this who you have been your whole life, or did you develop
Pretty
into this
much. I mean,
version?
like-
Yeah.
Like, were you the kid in middle school that called your male history teacher out on fucking a student, or you know what I mean? Like that kind of like truth teller that people hate but is actually good.
I don't know that I knew if anyone was fucking a teacher, but I probably would. I mean, I don't know.
You would fuck a teacher? I tried. Didn't work.
In high school?
Or middle school.
Middle school.
That's what
Middle
I tried
school,
to
I
do
knew
it.
nothing about. I remember like when somebody said blow, like a blowjob, I thought it was blowing on someone's arm.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought it was at like 12.
It's a confusing name for something.
It is. A suck job might be better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
suck
I
job.
had no idea though. Like I think a lot of people that like learn about sex early, they either have like older siblings.
Yeah.
And there was no internet, so I really just didn't know what anything was.
Oh, so you didn't have, are you an only child?
No, I have a younger sister.
Oh, okay.
I remember somebody wrote something in like one of my pages about 69, and like I didn't even know what that meant. And my mom or dad saw it, and they were like upset by it.
Were they mad at you?
No,
Okay.
but I just had no idea what that was. I was kind of like a naive child in that way.
So when you eventually learned about sex, like, were you shocked? I remember when I first
No.
learned it involved insertion, I was shocked.
I mean, I thought like, a baby comes out of, your belly button. I thought that as a kid.
That was popular. Yeah.
Classic. Yeah.
I think I couldn't even imagine that like something grows inside and like comes out that way.
Hard to imagine even now.
Yeah.
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 I have pregnant friends and I'm like, oh, that's got to come out of there. And that's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
I feel like C-section's probably better,
Yeah. Seems like a good deal.
but then after it's a
schedule it.
little bit worse.
Yeah. I have had women
Like
that like
staples and
schedule it.
stuff?
Yeah. And they just yeah. I mean, the wound can really fuck them up. But when did you begin being sexual? Like, was that something you were always interested in? Or were
I mean, I didn't have sex till like I graduated from high school that summer.
that's a good time.
But I was kind of old. I had boyfriends before that. I just remember like me and my friends at like 16 all found out around the same time our boyfriends fingered us. We were just like losing our minds, but like such a dumb thing. But you're like 16 and like now kids are like having sex at like 10.
I know. It's really weird.
10? Really?
I don't know.
heard of
Oh, damn.
I used to let my dog run around in this backyard of the grammar school I went to. And Pre said that the girls would wear different color bracelets for what they would do sexually.
What?
This was like 10 years ago too.
Wow.
Oh my God.
There's so many rumors about the sexuality of like high school girls. I'm like, were they?
But that was grammar
it
school
true?
though.
Grammar school is middle school?
Yeah, I guess like, 1 through 8.
Yeah. I feel like, was that true or were they just bragging?
I don't know. He also ended up getting like moved around, that priest.
Wow.
And everyone's like, he's like touching kids. I was like, well, he let my dog run around in the backyard.
This guy will do anything.
That was my relationship with him though. That was it. I didn't know anything else he was doing.
So you're getting fingered when you're 16? Fingered is the best.
I think so. Yeah, it's so weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, like
Well,
you're
when you're
16 and a finger's going in there. It's never been in there before.
A 16-year-old's finger doesn't know what it's doing.
And it's the
no.
nail is usually pretty dirty.
Ugh.
I don't think that was the case, but I don't remember.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you single now?
Yeah.
What's your dating? Do you date, or you're like, man, I don't really fucking care?
I think I just am dating the worst people, so it's probably better if I don't.
Yeah. What kind of worse are we talking? There's so many categories of worse.
I think the guys I'm attracted to look like guys from the Bronx, and they're just not great.
There has to be someone who looks like they're from
There's
the
like
Bronx
some,
and is good.
but it's like some of that they're just like emotionally unavailable, alcoholics, you know, stuff like
That's
that.
every borough, baby.
I know, but it's like I had gone on dates with some guys that were like very nice and probably on paper and I was just not into them.
Okay, so do you have like more mental roots to that of like?
I don't think I was physically attracted to him. He wasn't like my type. I think Tracy liked him, my best friend, and I was going to go out with him and hook her up with him.
Okay, and did you?
No, we stopped talking and I can't find his number. But that's more Tracy's type than mine. He looked kind of very Italian looking. That's not really my type.
Okay.
But there's been a couple guys where I'm just like, I'm not into it.
Yeah. So but you are into the ones that are emotionally unavailable.
Emotional unavailable, some type of addict, maybe PTSD from a war, like that.
Wow.
It's just all.
Got the elderly ones in there. What's
Not
like
even.
the most what's like the biggest type of shit show that you've dated in terms of like addiction? You know, some people are functioning addicts, but some
Sure.
people are absolute train wrecks.
I mean, I dated like 2 PTSD guys in a row, and that was just, I lost like a decade in my life.
Or what happened?
It was just bad. Like
Were they having like night terrors?
night terrors, just like one was a workaholic, one was an alcoholic, and just like every time I try to break up with both of them, the whole like they're going to kill themselves thing, and they never do. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think maybe anyone's for me.
Yeah.
But I also think like you're so committed to comedy that is there a part of you that thinks like maybe you're self-sabotaging by just like picking people who you know won't work out because your true
don't
love is
want it.
comedy? I
No,
think that
I don't even think I truly love comedy.
Really?
No way. No.
Really?
What do you truly love?
I don't know. I think sleeping. I think I'm highly depressed.
Okay.
I like comedy, but honestly, I hate the aspect of being on stage. I don't even really enjoy that part.
Okay, I could see that.
Like I feel like if
You're
I
just
could,
so talented that you have to go on stage.
I don't even think I'm so talented. I think I was talking about this before. I am so used to dealing with dysfunction and bad situations. I could keep doing something for a long time.
Okay.
So like comedy, I don't even think I ever thought I was going to make money. I just never stopped doing it because it's just what I did.
Yeah.
You know, I date someone for 6 years. That's not, you know what I mean? Like I just can keep doing something that's bad.
Right. Well, even if you don't think you're that good, everyone else thinks you're that good.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys love being on stage? Like
Yes.
there's moments I love it, but most of the time I dread it.
I don't like attention except for like when I decide I want attention. And so like being able to have these like special times when it's like attention time, I really love that for me. I feel like it's really good. And I also love that I can speak uninterrupted. And if someone interrupts me, I can get them kicked out of the room. I really like that a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is power.
Yeah. And especially, I think especially like as like when you're a woman and you're constantly fucking interrupted, like when you're talking, I really like that. Just uninterrupted time. Even when I'm going on podcasts with guys, constantly interrupted.
Even
That's
in
a good
green
point.
rooms. Every time I'm in a green room, like I was in a green room once with Ashley Austin Morris and a bunch of male comedians who I love. They're great. But we were all talking and then they just like edged us out of the conversation completely. And Ashley and I just started talking to each other very loudly next to them and they had no idea. And we're like, holy shit, this is like one of those hack scenarios that like you would hear somebody bitch about that you're like, does this really happen? And you're like, yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm doing Legion of Skanks tonight. So yeah.
God bless.
Like with Ari. I'm like, I should just not even be there. I should just wear
That's
a
gonna be
shirt.
rough. Yeah.
Well,
You should just leave and see if they notice.
I also am not like gonna fight to speak. Like that's not who
Right.
I am. Like
That's annoying.
Yeah, and they all have so much chemistry together too. Like it's just, I think I'm better on a one-on-one or like this kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll just be able to kind of snipe every now and then. He'll just snipe in with a joke. Or you can do the Nikki Glaser approach. Years ago, she said, the way to make men think you're a good guest on a podcast, on a male-dominated podcast, is just to laugh at their jokes a lot. Even if you barely say anything, they'll be like, man, Adrienne was great on Legion of Skanks.
I'm just supporting them.
So supportive.
I tried it after she said that, and I was like, I don't want this to be true, but I have a scary feeling that it's going to be true, and it was true.
It was true.
Yeah, yeah.
Fake laugh though. I guess I can do it.
Well, I mean, I just did it. I just did it for the experiment.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I think she's right.
She is definitely right.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll laugh.
When in your life?
I find them funny anyway. It's just like you have to really like. It's like getting
precision
going onto the highway.
Yeah. A busy one where the exit is a stop sign and nobody actually stops, and it's just they're all going 80. Yeah. It's like double Dutch too. Yeah. When in your life are you happy?
I don't know. It doesn't last long.
But when it does happen,
I'm happy when I'm thinking about the past. I'm not actually happy in the moment.
But if you're never happy in the moment, then how could the past have been good? Or are you just remembering it with rose-colored glasses?
I don't know.
Huh. So you said you genuinely, like, you're clinically depressed, or are you diagnosed?
I don't know. I think I've just been like this my whole life.
Well, your demeanor is very it's very grounded. You're very present, but like, because I would say sometimes like people that are come off as very jovial, they're like a little up in the clouds.
Sure. I mean, what's funny is like when I was in school, I was like a class clown.
Really?
You were?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what kind of clownery are we talking? Like
just loud, making jokes.
Okay.
And when did this change?
I think like maybe after my dad died and I graduated high school.
Oh, he died when you were young.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I imagine, very traumatizing.
It was somewhat traumatizing. It was just weird because like you're used to someone being there, now they're not. And he was also like a gambler, so he wasn't really emotionally present.
Okay.
So I think that's probably why I'm going after these people.
Sure.
Interesting. Do you go to therapy? Are you on medication?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm not on medication. I go to therapy, but I don't really listen to my therapist.
Is it the same? Have you had the same therapist the whole time?
I've been seeing him on and off for probably like 10 years.
Oh, it's a man. Is it a straight man?
Yes.
What is like what it?
Whoa, that's wild.
Is that something you chose, or that was who assigned?
He's the guy that sees all the comics.
Oh, I know
this guy.
Okay,
I know this
What's
guy.
it like as a woman having a male?
I love him. If his wife dies, he's all mine. He is. He's like 80, and I don't even care.
80. You know
he
what?
really gets me. He really does.
Yeah. That and being seen and felt and heard is like.
But he just also understands so much about me, and that's probably why I keep going. Like I remember one time I asked him if he ever thought I'd be like cured, and he just laughed. He's like, no.
So you do listen, it seems then.
Sure, I'm just not doing what
you don't do what he
He'll give you like
right.
practical exercises, and you're like, nah.
Are there?
He'll just tell me like stop talking to some guy or something, and I'll do it for like a couple days, and then I go back and
Move your mic really quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on. Should do this so you can lean in. There you go.
There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, like he'll tell me stuff to do, and sometimes I can do it, and sometimes I can't.
You're not an addict or anything. You don't have addictive tendencies.
Oh my God, I have so many addictive tendencies.
Oh, really? Because I feel like people, like you don't strike me as somebody who like chases joy. And so I feel like that, for me, that's my addiction quote. Like I'm an addict and stuff. I can get addicted to a lot of things. I think
sure, me too, yeah.
But like, but the reason I'm addicted to certain things is because they give me like joy. Mm-hmm. When you
I think for me, it's more of a numbing thing.
Oh, okay. So
like
it's
not
more
really
like shut everything off. Yeah. Which can be joyful.
Sure, it can be.
So okay, I want to. So what? So when your therapist tells you like you should stop talking to this guy, and then you do it for a few days. Like, what is it that makes you contact him again?
So I think what it is, I think this is very addictive related. Is I'll get like I remember one time being out with this guy that I liked, and we had a nice time. I dropped him off at the train, and there was this other guy who's toxic, and I was like, I got the thrill out of texting him and seeing if he would write back because I had blocked him. And I got that same rush I would get out of doing something else addictive.
Yeah, I get that. I fucks with that.
Like I could definitely use men as an addiction too, not like sex, but like attention.
Yeah.
But I also don't, it's weird because the same way I don't really like attention on stage.
Huh.
Wow.
Or like people coming up to me after a show, and if they say like good job, I'm like thank you. But if they talk to me for too long and it's too complimentary, it makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, you're more introverted. Have you always been introverted, or no? You were a class
I was
clown.
like a class clown.
Yeah, it's interesting how people switch. I feel like I used to be introverted, but I'm like, there was like an after party for New York Comedy Festival. And I'm like, it was at the venue that I was already at. I'm like, ugh. I was trying to talk to this one girl, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, and I was like, just,
I want to also hang out with people that I'm friends with or already know.
yeah. It's,
Well, especially like I'm 39.
Networking.
I'm not really trying to make new friends at this point. Like I don't
I've
have
met
enough
everyone.
time for the friends that I have, and I really want to concentrate on those.
That makes sense. I get that.
Yeah, I'm like I really like these people. We don't need to be adding more people to the circle.
Wait, do you guys have boyfriends? Mm-hmm. Do you have a boyfriend too?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
Not very long.
Okay.
I haven't really talked about it. That's why I'm being weird.
Sorry. Okay.
It's totally okay.
Can I just ask how long it is?
I have to do math. 1 second. Like 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's a decent amount.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with your boyfriend?
everybody always asks us this, and I never have an answer. Do you know Colin Smith? He plays at the Cellar.
Yes, I know him. Yeah,
that's my boyfriend.
Oh, awesome.
For like 3 years. I don't know. We were on and off.
Is this like your best relationship?
So far, yeah, for sure.
That's good.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
far.
So I know I always say
What a feminist
I didn't mean to say that,
So
but
far.
I do mean that.
But who knows what could happen?
Well, because like he's kind and he's fun. Like I hate like. I guess I was always the entertaining one in the relationship. I don't like that. I want to be entertained when I'm in the relationship. I want you to be goofy and weird and do weird voices and me just go ha ha out of it. You know?
Okay.
Because I already do that. It's just a lot of work to do that on stage for me.
I get that.
And I like that, doing it that way, but I like being entertained. And I like nice guys. I didn't think I would like a nice guy, but
Yeah, I mean, there's something nice to someone that cares about your feelings.
yeah, isn't that crazy?
And that's like, how are you? Instead of just
so-
like diary of the mouth of their garbage. I also don't want somebody that like hates their job so much where they're like
yeah.
jealous that I don't hate my job.
Right.
Ew,
Yeah.
gross. I could never date. That's why I don't think I've ever dated somebody that's not in the arts. Because you have to be somewhat intrigued by your own profession in a way of like this,
Or at least
mystery.
like what you do. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care what you do, but if you hate your job every day,
It's wild to me that I feel like maybe the majority of people don't like their job. That's
I think
crazy.
most people don't.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
date any occupation as long as they liked it. Like there was this guy who was like posting on Instagram about how he had like a bring your parent to work day, and he's a garbage man, and he felt like his 10-year-old son was ashamed of him. And I was like, dude, like
Daddy making $6K or six figures.
First of all, garbage men get paid bank.
Yeah.
Second of all, great schedule, always
Great
around in the
schedule.
evening.
Yeah.
And then third of all, like, yeah, if he likes what he does and he's proud of it, that's the only thing that matters. I would date a manager of a McDonald's.
Fuck
I
yeah.
would not.
Really, I would love actually to date a manager of McDonald's.
I remember I was
free
talking to a
McDonald's.
guy. I was talking to a guy, and he said that he did retail management, and he worked at CVS. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm out." I just like I don't want to date somebody that. I guess I've been poor for so long that I just
Yeah.
don't want to date another poor.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
want.
fiscal
I
thing.
want
Okay.
somebody that if we could go on vacation, I don't have to be like, "Hey, you're gonna have to save up for 10 years."
Oh, that's no. Yeah.
And maybe that might be
Have you ever tried to
superficial.
pay for the guy? Have you ever?
No.
Yeah.
That's like no.
so funny.
No. I'm not
Yeah, we went from being pretty, like, very poor, like swapping Subway sandwich coupons poor and like crying
Like
tears of
broke.
joy.
Like I mean, I think my last year I made
Like, had to walk.
$19,000.
Yeah, I couldn't afford to take the subway a lot of the time, so like I would scrounge for pennies to having money, and it is, I don't know. I just got to the point where I'm like, I'll just pay for you because I don't want to deal with
your poorness.
your brokenness.
Right. So but then I also don't want like that power dynamic to be like, I'm taking care of you. I don't know.
Ew, yeah.
I also don't want to date anyone that has like young kids. I'd rather not date anyone with kids in general.
Yeah.
I think dating
Have you
people
ever
with,
done that?
Yeah, I think dating people with kids is a waste of your time. I think hanging out with other people's kids is a total waste of your time. And
see that.
everyone should stop doing it.
Well, because it's also
I don't
like
disagree.
Because you
there's also this
invest in
primal
these
thing.
kids. Well, you also invest in these kids because they're your kids, right? And then now it's like I'm investing in kids, and then
don't even-
that investment goes nowhere if we break up. And
Well, you
I
should just look at it as like an investment into the society's future as a whole.
I don't care about it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I would be fine with doing that.
do have depression for sure.
Why? Like I don't know. I'd rather do something else. I'd rather like walk dog. I
No,
just
it's
don't.
not, it's not my. It's not. If I had a list of things, then I chose that to choose from. I would not choose that. Yeah.
Because like I'm hanging out with these kids, I'm being a person I'm not actually. It's not like I'm being
Right.
myself. So I'm being a fake version of myself for somebody else's. It's like I don't
I
want
don't
to.
know. I feel like kids would like the real you.
They do, but
probably
that's the
mad
thing.
respectful.
I think that, and like I've nannied kids and stuff. I just don't want to. I don't want to sacrifice my life for someone else's kids. I would have had I would have had my own.
Yeah, and I've never dated a guy. Have I dated a guy with kids? No, I don't think I have.
And I don't hate kids either. That was your dream.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You made this decision with some other lady. Good.
Exactly. Well, that's the other thing. It's like some other person's spawn.
And what's weird is my mom met my dad. She had me with somebody else and he adopted me.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't feel like passing that on.
Yeah.
So did you make an active decision not to have kids, or
I feel like these things are falling off my head.
you don't even need to wear them. You can take them off. If
I'm
you want.
committed to it.
Okay.
I think I've had boyfriends that wanted kids and I just was always doing comedy and had a day job. I'm like, I just don't see how I'm going to take care of a child.
Right.
Or do you want to even?
I think if I was going to have a kid, I would have to be like rich and have a nanny take care of them mostly. And then I just see them a little bit.
So it feels like maybe why bother?
Yeah, fuck it. Keep all your money.
It's
Keep
not
all your
that.
money.
It's not that bad. If I'm rich, then I have a ton of money.
Right. And then you can like enjoy, like the kid can have fun doing all these activities, but you don't necessarily have to take it to all the activities.
Yeah,
guess.
or you take it to the activities and then you come home and like
You go.
I get to see you for like an hour.
Right.
I feel like the kid's gonna later on have some issues with this, though.
Maybe. That's
I
not.
feel like growing up, I hung out with my parents because I had to go to like the flea markets with them to work, and that was awful. Just fucking.
Maybe I'll make another artist.
Yeah, that'd be,
You don't
that'd be
just
kinda
become an
fun.
artist because you got sexually assaulted. Your mom could also have not wanted to raise you.
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
There's
or
lots of
she had
ways.
she had some. It's even. I feel like that your type of depression is actually something we were just talking about in the intro, where you're just like honest about life and the way it is, that it just comes
Maybe
off
that's
as
not
depression.
depressed. I don't
Exactly.
know.
It's not. That's not actually depression.
I think
it's
you're
just like
acknowledging
truth.
the world as it really is.
Right.
Maybe.
Because-
I don't know if that's good. I think we should all be lying.
I don't know, man. I lied to myself for a long ass time, and then the bubble bursts, and then you get really
Really
You go
depressed.
psychosis. Yeah. It's bad. So at least you're not lying to
Dogs
yourself.
make me very happy. I love
Dogs
animals.
are the best.
How many dogs do you have?
I just have one now.
Yeah.
Which is very cute.
Yeah,
I love
dogs make me.
Wait, you guys both have dogs, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Kevin and Alfred, Sir Alfred. I don't know what I would do without my dog. And I've never even come close to feeling the way I feel about a person than how I feel about my dog.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably also a sign of depression.
Maybe. Or just not knowing anybody great. I don't know. I know really great people, but
But I also feel like my relationship with my dog
It's so pure.
And do you
is.
feel it
'Cause there's
progressing?
no words.
Like I've had my
I
dog
do.
since he was a puppy, and then I think there's like people have this idea that like, oh, you're never gonna like the dog as much as the puppy, and I'm like, I like
the dog
Alfred
more.
so
No, I don't think
much
that's
more.
true,
Like
'cause,
it
like-
develops.
Yeah, when they're an older dog, they now like behave a little bit better.
Yeah.
And
I just feel like we
They're chiller.
understand. We have like a shorthand. I
Well, you
can
have
give
a
him
secret
look.
language.
Like
Right.
he has a look that he gives me when I know he wants to leave the park, and like I'm sorry, I just don't see other dog people communicating with their dogs like that.
Right.
I go. He just looks at me, and I go, "You want to go?"
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
He walks himself to the exit, and I go. He's just like his mom, can't wait to leave the party. Like,
yeah.
you know? Like,
but that's the beauty of dogs. Like I think part of the fact that they don't talk. So the bond that you have is, you're right, pure.
and they pick up on such like social cues from you too.
Yeah.
This is like my third dog I had on my own, but like I love Peggy and she's really cute, but
What a
like
great name.
But she's Peggy Sue, but I love my boxer that I had way more than her.
Oh, who
But I still love her.
passed.
She died 2017.
That's a tough. That's like the top. My like
Like when I
manager just
die,
lost his dog, and whew,
I will hope, and I'm like going to the whatever there is, and the dogs come to see me. I hope Marley's first.
yes. So yeah. That's it. So I'm into.
But I hope
mediumship.
Peg isn't that far behind.
No, she won't be. She won't be. But the dog that
Or maybe I'll
you
just go
love
like
the
that.
most is the one you have the closest connection with.
Well, that
They're
dog I
often the
went through
first person.
so much with
Yeah.
that person. We dated like 4 guys together. We had like four different apartments. We had
Yeah.
3 different cars. So we just have been through a lot together.
How old was she when she passed?
14.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a good run. That is how do you get through that? The loss of a dog like that. I had a family dog loss, and that was. I'm still.
It's
kind of scarred
hard.
from it.
I don't know. I think sometimes it's like almost dating. Like you just have to get another one.
Yeah. It does help.
Do you judge boyfriends a lot by how they interact with your dog? That's a big thing for me. Like,
For sure.
The first time they meet my dog, I am in the corner with a notepad.
If you're not on the floor going berserk,
and not
I don't
talking
want
in baby
you.
voices. Singing songs.
I don't want
already.
it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Have you ever had a boyfriend get jealous over the relationship that you and your dog have? This is a constant problem for me.
I don't think so.
Really? Damn.
Are you loving in a relationship? Like, how are you?
I am.
Yeah.
I think not at first. It's like I have to kind of trust somebody to open up to them.
Sure, yeah.
And
That's
to
wise.
Right. I mean, I can be. It's just the guys that I'm picking lately are just not like that. So it's not, or like one guy that I was like dating, I guess, he's like emotional when he's wrecked. So you're almost like, oh, can you go get drunk so you could be like, yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't know. I think I have to stop dating. I'm just not picking good people.
I took a break for a while, and I think it was really good. It did help me recalibrate.
a year?
You recalibrate your senses.
Yeah, exactly. I just was like, because it wasn't even like the guys so much. It was more like I was being a fuck girl. I was just like accumulating boyfriends, but like I didn't really even like these people. I would just be like, this one's like kind of hot, or like this one has like this quality. I'm like, I don't feel any real connection to these people.
Yeah, that's tough.
I have to stop doing this.
It's hard to connect to people.
Yeah. And
Like
so
a real connection.
yeah. And then I stopped, and then I was like, I was sat myself down and I had a talk, and I was like, if you want to take this seriously, you have to take this seriously. Like you have control over your own destiny kind of thing.
And how did you meet your current boyfriend?
It was just in the vicinity. I'm a man.
Yeah, it was very dude-like of you.
Yeah.
He was there.
I wasn't even looking for a relationship. He was just very hot, and I wanted to have sex with him. And then he turned out to be like an amazing person.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was not planned this way.
It's never happened to me, but I'm happy.
Have you ever dated a good
It had
person?
never happened to me either.
I've dated good people.
Okay, but you weren't attracted to them or as into them?
There was just things that happened that it was not the right person at the right time. Like I think if I met some people at a different time in my life, things could have been different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really only 2 guys or 3 guys that I really regret dating.
Oh, and why?
Just like toxic people, and the relationship went on too long. But it's also part of living in New York City. It's so expensive. You can't really afford to live by yourself.
Yeah, we move at like lesbian speed. We just move in really quick in New Yorkers.
Right, and then you move out really slow.
Yeah. Oh, moving out. I've had a guy move out when we lived together for 6 years. That's hell.
Were you home? Or you? I don't think I could watch.
I was on the road. I go.
I don't think I could watch somebody pack up.
No, especially if they're like the kind of guy who feels bad for themselves and they would just like
a lot of huffing and puffing.
Fuck up. Yeah. I don't have any tolerance for that.
Also, you'd be like, bye. Go get your stuff. Don't leave anything behind. Goodbye.
Have you had any breakups where you were like, where they dumped you and you didn't want to be broken up with? Like you weren't like, yeah, it's secretly a good decision. And you were like, kind of still trying to hang on.
I think my pattern is I'll break up with somebody and then I'll want to get back together with them, even though I really don't want to be with them. It's because it's like the only, I guess because I have no family, like boyfriends become my family.
Yeah.
So even if I break up with them and I don't want to be with them, I'm still so devastated by it because they're like my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've had that too, where it's like me and a guy broke up and I wasn't even in love with him anymore, but I felt like I was so in love with him because it was so sad. But I wasn't. It was just like
Comfort.
Yeah, and that's like the stability. A lot of times that's my stability in my life.
Is a boyfriend. Wait, so did you talk to your mom or no?
I talk to my mom. We have like an up and down relationship.
Oh, okay. So you don't have like uncles, aunts, or anything? I have a tiny family. I mean, I don't talk to
No,
my parents,
it's really just my mom and my sister. Me and my sister definitely go in, and the 3 of us are never getting along at once. It's like so crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why like boyfriends and friends become so important to me. So like,
yeah.
So it's like even if it's not good, it's like there's still that
something.
friendship
and a connection. Like I think we need connection as often as we. Like I feel like isolating, and I mean I can be introverted, but if I don't have like a connection with somebody, like a certain amount of days go by and I haven't connected, even with a fucking stranger, I'm like, I feel like it's suffocating. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why I stayed in one relationship because it happened during the pandemic, and I was like, just didn't want to be by myself, and they were so toxic, but I was like, I don't want to die like during this and be by myself and have nobody to even talk to.
That's how I was at first, because I think Colin and I had stopped seeing each other when the pandemic hit, and he was seeing somebody else, and I was like, I wish I liked anybody, but I didn't, and I was so sad. I'm like, but then it turned out to be the best pandemic of my life.
Really?
See,
What
that's
did you do?
I
during it?
just hung out with
fucking
my dog hardcore.
Yeah. Oh, I got a puppy. I got my dog during the pandemic. So it was a tiny little puppy. And I just like did art projects. I just fucking did stupid ass art stuff that
sounds
had
fun.
no consequences. And it was incredible. And there was no FOMO because there's nothing to miss out on.
That's true.
I really liked that part.
Yeah, I didn't mind the pandemic. I would like another pandemic. Maybe not as long.
You should do another pandemic solo. And it's really blissful. It's really blissful.
I mean, I'll do that. If it happens right now, I'm already solo. It's so good.
Are you, do you dive into any woo-woo stuff at all?
Woo-woo stuff?
Astrology, tarot,
or
etc.
psychic
Crystals.
stuff, or
I just don't
otherworldly?
believe it works.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. My friend was like, you had 17, I'm an Aquarius. She's like, you've had 17 years of bad dating. I was like, what? She's like, you're just coming into a new moon or something.
That makes sense that you're an Aquarius with your okay, I know you're not into it, but it makes a lot of sense.
Listen, I'm very easily like, if you can convince me to it. Yeah, I'm very easily.
I love Aquarius because you
and Aries.
You walk to the beat of your own drum. That's kind of the standout quality of an Aquarius. I love Aquarius,
and you are going through. You're coming out.
What
of
am I going through?
17-year cycle.
That's what she
Aries
said. What
was
does
doing
that
the same
mean?
thing. It's just
she said me and Tracy.
Shit hits the fan. Shit hits the fan. Shit
for
you
17 years.
Yeah, Tracy's is an
learning
Aries.
lessons.
Tracy's an Aries.
This is real.
Okay, so you and Tracy.
But this all makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Tracy Carnazzo, yeah.
Oh, I love
that's my
Tracy.
bestie.
Yeah, I fucking
so
love
Noelle
Tracy.
told us that both of us are coming into some.
Yeah.
We're coming out of a bad whatever.
Yeah, and so it feels like shit hasn't gone right for you, and you just keep learning lessons, and you're like not doing anything wrong necessarily. Like you're not actually like getting addicted to a substance or anything like that. But shit is still coming and kind of punching you in the face in a little bit. It's just a phase.
Does every
There's
I guess
four
sign
signs.
go through that?
There's 4 signs, I think, but I know Aries and Aquarius took it the hardest because our friend Donna is an Aries.
God damn it.
And I look back on her life and all the conversations her and I have had, and like she has been going through it for a long.
So what's supposed to happen
time.
now? Is there a light
good
at
luck and stuff?
What? How long is it going to be for 17 years?
The Netflix
a long
special
time.
could very well be the start of this long run of good luck. And actually,
Netflix special.
And not that it's luck. Obviously, you worked very hard towards
Sure,
this, but finally,
a lot of it is luck.
Things
Luck means
coming
preparation.
yeah, exactly. Things that you have been setting the stage for coming to fruition.
Yeah. And like kind of seamlessly, easily working out for you with you not having to like hustle and try.
No, I've been hustling and trying.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But you have already done it. So
You've done it. You've done
What
the
is
work.
okay?
You
What
put
is
in
the
hours.
next? How long am I in this nice phase for?
Wait, I'm going to put you into the pattern app. Do you know your birth time?
10:23 at night.
Perfect.
Wow. Okay.
And your first city. Okay. I'm gonna add you as a friend on the pattern. And I'm going to tell you.
But the problem is this: if I read this stuff and it's like your life's gonna be amazing, then it's not. I'm gonna be really upset.
I hear you, and I got into the same problem with tarot. Like I would be reading tarot, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is like definitely like my soulmate," and then it was like very clearly not, and then I was very upset.
Do you think like tarot and stuff is a sign of depression though?
No.
Okay. So
I'm just
buying too
wondering
many
for
crystals can
myself.
be-
this is we're in a row right here.
I feel like I'm
hardcore woo-woo.
Okay, I feel like I'm in a position right now where if I stay, I'm in a cult. That's what I feel like.
Well, I'm about to tell you about your life, Adrienne, and you're going to be in this call. What's your
Is
birthday?
this Scientology?
No, I hear you.
We won't make you clean anything.
What I will say is, so I don't think it's a sign of depression, but I think you have to be very careful if you are sad and you turn just as when you're depressed and you turn to any religion as like a hardcore coping mechanism, and you do have to step back from tarot, crystals, astrology if you're sad, and like that's the only thing that's getting you through.
Right.
It should be a supplement to you already doing a bunch of other things.
Birthday?
But yes, I agree with you. You have to be very careful.
I'm going to treat this like fortune cookies.
Yeah, and that's
where
how
it's
you
like
should.
if you get a good one, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it worked out. And if you don't, you're like, that was meant for someone
Adrienne.
else.
I found out about the pattern app through my girl Donna, and then I told Corinne about the pattern app, and Corinne kind of famously, like, people don't understand her. She's always people are always misinterpreting her. I remember you said you stayed up for like 48 hours or something like that, or whatever. You stayed up. You stayed up all night.
I know. No,
What's meth like?
No,
Oh, what's your birth town, place?
Bronx.
what I said is after I read the pattern describe me, I cried because I had never felt understood like that before. So that's
interesting.
That's what I will say.
So here's your pattern.
And I was like, no, AI understands me.
Wait,
like
I
no
might
one
cry
else.
also.
You're sensitive and giving.
I am kind of sensitive, yeah.
At her best, Adrienne's the kind of person who genuinely cares. Others feel incredibly safe and loved around her. She's there for everyone and is able to give in a healthy, nurturing way. Intuitively, she knows what people need. She's a natural empathic and sensitive. Alternatively, if she's struggling, she could be addicted to giving. Does this sound right?
No.
Okay.
And it doesn't sound like any iteration of you throughout your lifetime. Because I'm like, sometimes it's a little old. Like it could be an old version of yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Sensitive or overgiving, empathetic and deep, pressure or blocks. Adrienne probably has a unique way of thinking and expressing herself, but what she has to say is often different than the cultural norm. Very true for you.
Okay.
Very
I'm
true. It's one of
starting to tear up.
which can lead, I'm just thinking about your Sandy Hook joke. It's fucking perfect.
Right?
Which can lead her to feel like an outcast and be especially critical of herself. In response, she may hide her innovative, unusual perspective and try to fit in, but this often results in her shutting herself down and not contributing or speaking much at all, which you don't fucking do. Or she could take the opposite approach and go out of her way to prove that she has the most eccentric ideas. But in this case, she could come across as spacey or disconnected from reality. And if she doesn't take action, as if she's just out to shock people. Oh, that's interesting. Ideally, Adrienne can find a way to express her groundbreaking ideas while also keeping practicality in mind. Ultimately, she's meant to contribute a unique perspective that's also useful in the world, which is fucking what you do.
Groundbreaking.
I feel like, do you ever like go see like somebody go to like maybe not a fortune teller, a psychic, and they kind of say something that
Generic.
applies to everyone?
Yeah.
Well, here's you in
100%.
relationships. And like Corinne
Okay.
said, this could be the old you in relationships or not, but you tell me. Adrienne may have difficult or disappointing relationship experiences. She might expect to be with someone who's responsible and hold things together for her. She wants someone compassionate who provides unconditional love and support. But instead, she may find herself with types who are emotionally unstable or even hurtful. They may have trouble with intimacy.
Oh my God, yes.
Or she might be so afraid of being vulnerable that she avoids relationships or is attracted to guys who aren't around or who aren't available. It's possible her partners come on strong and appear to be sensitive, but want to control her or have a dangerous temper. It's possible Adrienne ends up exhausting herself taking care of their needs.
I think a lot of that's correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like taking care of their needs, but like I guess I'm always trying to figure them out.
Yeah.
Oh, we love a puzzle.
Yeah, a puzzle. Well, the human brain loves a puzzle, you know? That's why I like to get a guy to do something or to be excited. All you have to do is go, I wish I could lift this. And they're like, oh, I'll do it. Like, I just feel like brains love puzzles.
I also do love the idea of just like being a damsel in distress and having somebody fix your life. Yeah. I had pantry moths for like 3 months and I was like, I just wish I had a boyfriend that could fix this.
Your distress isn't that bad.
I really tried to fix it myself 4 months and I was like, I give up.
How hard you try, though?
I threw everything in my kitchen out.
Oh, wow.
Every single thing. It's been
That's a pretty good
exterminated
try.
8 times.
Oh.
Maybe it's not you.
I don't think the moths are me. I think that like, I don't know what else I could do.
Wait, the moths are specific to your pantry? What a
So
weird
they
thing.
come in your grains. They come in grains. They come in rices, oatmeal, stuff like that.
Moths do?
Yeah, pantry moths.
It sounds like drain flies. Like there's just like a couple. I've had drain flies. Like
Yeah,
in
me
New York.
too.
That's
That
so
sucks.
annoying.
Yeah,
They don't
but
go
these
away.
things fly all over.
Wow.
So I had to like, we treated it like bed bugs where I washed all of my stuff. Everything was in bags. I mean,
you
this
wanna
has
get the
been,
eggs.
I wasn't staying at my house. I was staying with my mom. Like the last 3 months have been so chaotic and stressful. I've like had zero
Pantry
stability.
moths. Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know, the guy that I had 2 guys and the second guy that I was working, he's like, you're the only person that I've ever had to come back more than once.
I've also never heard of pantry moths in my life until today.
Neither have I.
Wow. Part of me wants to be like, what's the spiritual significance of pantry moths?
knew-
See, this is how
Look it up. I want to know. I actually want to. I wouldn't
can go
even
down.
know that that's a thing you could look up.
Oh, yeah, anything.
Does that mean
Girl,
are they just
what's the-
jizzing love all over? Am I going to be in a really loving
I feel like they're
relationship?
trying to tell you something, Adrienne.
Well, my mom thought they were trying to tell me that I was going to get murdered after my special, and I should move
That
out.
feels
That's
like
a
that
real-
was a weird.
Do you
not a
see? Do you
supportive
see
thing.
why I am the way I am? She's like,
Wait,
I
your
think
mom
you're
says shit like that?
yes,
Like all the time? That's
How do you think
fucked
I'm
up.
like this? I'm not just like this
Wow,
for no
right,
reason.
right. Wait, tell me more about your mom.
What was that?
That's fucking hilarious.
How? Like, was there something she knew about?
She's like, well, you know,
Oh, when you keep seeing moths, it's an unusual indication you're going through a transformation, rebirth, or spiritual awakening.
So that aligns with your astrology.
Exactly. Pantry moths.
I was gonna say,
Pantry moths could be your biggest asset.
Yeah, I think this is like a chaos.
I got the
something good
message.
happens.
I'm done with them though. I get it. I get the message. I'm like, good.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're probably not going to see anyone anymore.
Right.
I hope not.
Because you learned the lesson or whatever. Wait, what was your mom like? Your mom seems like a Debbie Downer.
She wasn't a Debbie Downer. My mom is just like very like selfish and narcissistic. I remember one day, I mean, she got me into stand-up. She was doing stand-up like when I was like 18, then she quit and she'd start and stop. But
Did you always know she was narcissistic or did it take you a minute?
I don't think I knew it because I just assumed when I was a kid, like kind of that's how everyone's parents are.
Totally.
And then when I got older, I was like, oh, that's actually not how everyone's parents are.
Did it get under your skin or were you like, that's just how you are?
No, my mom is like insane. I mean, I remember one time I was going to go away to college and I grew up in like a 2-bedroom apartment. And she was like, don't go away to college. You could take me in your father's bedroom. We'll sleep in the living room. And it's like, I don't even think she ran that idea by him.
And that's
like, that was not
there's no way she wants that. What?
Right, but like, why wouldn't you just put my sister in the living room? It was so crazy where I was like, I don't even think you ran anyone. I don't think you ran this by anyone.
What was her goal in saying that? Like, to get you to
I think
stay?
she was just sad and didn't want me to leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then clearly that was never going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, weird. What are the weirder things that your mom has done that like, and do you ever hold a mirror up to these things or you're like, that's just the way she is?
Sometimes we'll talk about stuff and be able to apologize to each other. And sometimes it's just, we won't talk for like a year.
Oh, wow.
And like, does she not even try to reach out in that time?
She might, or I might, and it depends on who, like where we're both at in life, if like we want to talk to the other one.
So she doesn't really hold a grudge then. If you decide not to talk to her, she doesn't hold it against you?
I think eventually she's just like, well, what am I going to do? Keep not talking to my daughter.
Right.
So I think eventually she like comes around or I come around to it.
You just need time.
Yeah. I was telling somebody a story on another podcast, but like, they were like, explain your mother to me. I'm like, all right. So I used to work at a law office for this divorce lawyer, and she was going through a divorce. So I wasn't working there anymore. I made the appointment for us to go. I picked her up. I drove her from the Bronx to Tarrytown, which isn't like super close.
Yeah.
We go on the appointment, and then at the end of the day, she goes, can I ask you why am I opening all the doors?
What?
That's what she said. I was like, I don't know. You're just getting there first. I was like, just hang. I'm like, just hang back.
Yeah.
Does she get butthurt? She gets butthurt?
She thinks she's a princess.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, are you guys on dating? Like, what?
Yeah, she thinks she's a princess and everyone should really cater. My mom always, like, at one point I was living like maybe 5-6 blocks away from her and I would drop her off at night and she'd be like, okay, wait till I get in the house.
Wow.
And I'd be like, I'm going to go park 4 blocks from my house and walk home by myself.
Yeah. So your mom kind of turned you into her mom in a way. Like
I think she thinks she's so rapeable. Like she thinks everyone wants to rape her. It's like crazy.
Was she like this before your father died?
I don't know because I was younger and I wasn't really... I don't know. I mean, she was selfish for sure,
right.
but like the whole, everyone's out to like get her and stuff.
I only asked because I've read some stuff on after a husband dies, the woman, the wife using one of the children to replace the role that person felt. That's the only reason I was asking that. Yeah.
I don't know. She got like another husband pretty quickly.
Hell yeah.
But like
masculine energy, baby.
I think my dad died. Well, we all knew someone needed to fix the house. Like nobody could do anything. Yeah. So it was like 3 months later, she was just out there. But yeah, like she's the type of person, she thinks everyone's like going to get her.
Wow.
Like one time she took out money from the bank. It wasn't even that much money, but she was like, can you see if your boyfriend will come? And I'm like, you think someone's going to rob you for like $200?
Oh, God.
Oh, she wanted like an escort.
Yes, because she was going to go to the bank and get money. So she always
so her narcissism is like, it's kind of cute. I guess not being raised by it. But
maybe. Like, it's kind of like, I think... Jewish anxiety.
Right. And this only gets worse as people get older. It's like the everyone out to get you kind of thing.
She thinks everyone's out to get her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's a robber, everyone's a raper, everyone's to do everything to her. Like it's just
it's all about you, Mom.
She can't walk anywhere by herself and watch me go here, watch me go there. So she has
like a fake my mom does this thing where it's like she pretends to be inadequate in certain things, but then when push comes to shove, she can do the things she needs to do for herself. And it's like, oh, you're just faking victim in this weird way.
Is it because she wants you to like hang out with her?
Yeah. She doesn't. I don't talk to her anymore. And I'm really close with my brother, and he'll fill me in on some stuff. She calls me the business associate because we bought a house together before we stopped talking. So she doesn't.
Do you think you guys will like reconcile at some point?
The way that woman holds a grudge, no.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She thinks I'm the devil.
Can I ask what you did, or is that like too personal?
No, you can ask. No, I fucking blabbed about it on here all the time. I just realized that she was really controlling and manipulative, and everybody around me, like Corinne included, saw it, and I was so naive to it. Like, I think I just really tried hard to not see it, and then I finally saw it, and I was like, I can't talk to you anymore. She used suicide as a manipulation tactic. That's how I would summarize it. That gets under your skin. And when you feel like bad for the person, then you realize they were being a victim. You're like, fuck you. I was so stressed out my whole life because of the thought of you dying. And now that was all bullshit. Like,
Did she have like some type of disease that she would have died from? Or is it like my mom? Or is it like my mom?
She's
had an assortment. I would say a cornucopia.
Cornucopia is a great word. Great word. 'Tis the season. There was one, she got a diagnosis that was like lethal, like fatal, like a couple years. And I remember Corinne and I went on tour. We were in Florida, and I was just like, I remember that trip so vividly because I was so sad of like, holy shit, my mom's gonna die, and I was really heartbroken. She never got the disease.
Let's just say Krystyna's mom has been dying so long that my dad literally died while waiting for Krystyna's mom to die.
Yeah.
So is she like a hypochondriac? Are these possible diseases?
No, she just needs to feel important. The biggest suicide attempt happened the night before I moved away to college.
Okay.
And she told me on the phone, as she told me she was about to jump in front of the train, and I heard the train. She
Was
said,
it because she missed you?
Well, she said, you don't need me anymore. And so that at the time I was like, what, mommy? Yes, I do. But like looking back and everything I know about mental illness, all that stuff, I'm like, oh, that's your rub. You need to be needed, and you need to be. But my family catered to her our whole life. Sounds like so we made a monster.
Pretty mentally ill.
Yeah.
Krystyna's mom dies to stay alive.
Yes, that's very well said.
She's rebirth. She needs a rebirth.
Yeah. God bless her. I mean, she's had a lot of shit happen to her, but like.
So what happens if she does get like sick again? Is she not going to tell you?
Or actually sick? Oh, she wouldn't tell me for sure. She doesn't want me to know anything about her life. She's very like, my daughter betrayed me in the worst way you could ever betray a parent. It's very like, you owe us kind of thing.
Right.
You owe us stuff.
But your brother's still close with her.
Yeah. My brother's very patient and very, he's getting chiseled away at, but yeah.
How does it feel like when she dies, she's going to leave nothing to you?
Oh, I don't care.
That's true. You have money.
Well, also the house that I bought with them, I bought it all cash and didn't think about. Yeah, but the girl's in a long-term relationship with the IRS now. I didn't realize you have to pay a lot of taxes on the cash you make that I just wired to my dad. So I own half of this beautiful 4-bedroom beach house, but I can't. They live in it year round. So when they do pass, I also think because, and this is a woo-woo thing, and I got really into mediumship and talking to people after they die, just the idea of that, I can't do that. But I'm like, oh, when you die, you shed your human bullshit. Mm-hmm. You shed your narcissism, your mental illness, all the shitty qualities that we accumulate. They're all gone, and you're just like the purest version of yourself, kind of like a dog is now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, oh, I think maybe when she passes away, I'll be able to have like a lovely relationship.
Gotcha. So does that mean like Hitler died and he's like living his best life?
Probably.
Wow, I love that for him.
Yeah, right? He's frolicking in the fields with no consequences. Yeah.
Oh my God. Mm. Well, he's just with the people that he killed in the Holocaust.
Probably. I mean, he probably has some suffering.
How do you make amends?
He's like, ooh, it's weird seeing you here.
I'm always super interested in the people that do the worst things, like Stalin, Hitler.
Oh yeah.
Mussolini, and all those people. And I'll just pedophiles. Like if I could ask like God a question, I'd be like, what the fuck is the deal with pedophiles? Because that is like a dark.
I went to Catholic school my whole life, and people would always ask like about why do people get cancer? And they always bring up like free will. Right. So I can't imagine that I don't know that there is like a God.
We will never know until
there might be like a higher being. I don't know. I don't like believe in religion.
Religion's kind of, I feel like
I believe it exists, but it's like kind of like having a Disney story you love.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's definitely like whether or not God is real, it's religion certainly is a coping mechanism that I feel like humans need to like complete this journey on earth.
And I get it. It's like when you're going to die or you're in a situation, you do start praying.
Sure.
Yeah. I've prayed
just in case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that think there's no atheists in foxholes or something?
I've never heard of that.
Okay. Makes sense.
But that does make sense. Have you ever prayed? Have you ever been in a situation where you like were forced to pray?
I think I have. I can't remember anything recently. But I definitely have.
Have you ever had communication with somebody after they died? No, I'm just asking questions like we're at a sleepover.
I don't know that it was. I remember when my dad died, I couldn't sleep and I went over to my friend's house and like her radio went on for no reason. I did believe that was him. I thought that was so weird.
That is fucking weird.
I also, if you die and I love you, please don't visit me. I don't want.
Really?
I don't.
I always say that too.
Don't connect with me.
Scary.
I don't want you to.
Well, they won't if you're scared, apparently.
Yes, I'm very scared. Please, everyone, stay away.
Oh, see, come to me. I'll hang out with you.
Go hang out with
I'll hang out
Krystyna.
with you.
I
I'll
feel like
deliver your
it's
message.
not going to be like a guy like at the foot of your bed, though. They'll communicate with you in a way that feels comfortable to you.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Like their birthday will appear in the time as you look up at the clock.
Not like, I also like don't necessarily want like a ghost visiting
Yes,
me.
I don't want a ghost visiting me.
Like Scrooge style. Like that's not fun for me.
Right, like something,
shit out of me.
like I don't even want the radio going on again.
I have a thing called a spirit box, and it's like an AM FM transmitter, and apparently you can like talk to like alien civilizations through it, and nothing yet, but it is creepy listening to the static because you're like, oh God, you gonna pop through? But nothing's happened yet.
Do you feel like anyone's come to visit you?
No, I wish. I
Dad,
think I'm too
go
thirsty.
visit. Go. You are too thirsty for the dead.
Yeah,
You want the dead too
and
bad.
the living. Yeah. The dead and the
Play
living.
hard to get.
Okay. Yeah, I should. I don't even know if I have it in my bones.
But they also could have visited you, and you're looking for what you think the like interpretation of the communication would be.
Right.
Yeah, I had a friend in college that really opened me up to the woo-woo stuff kind of for the first time in my life. I've always been intrigued by it, but and she was pretty gifted. Her sister was very psychic.
Oh, I know who you're
and
talking
like
about,
fucking wild. And I remember she a couple times, this is the first person I ever knew to talk like this. Her friend had passed away and showed up right at the foot of her bed. And she told me about it. And
How did she saw her?
Yeah, like literally was woken up because her dog started barking.
That would freak me out.
Yeah.
Dogs always see that.
Kevin has seen shit and I'm like,
Dogs always see stuff.
Yes.
Because I'll see Peg sometimes and she'll just go like that.
Well, that might be your old dog. That might be your old dog, your boxer, because that's the other thing with pets. They visit you the most because it's such a pure bond that they're sending you signs all day. And I talk about the afterlife all the time. And so a lot of people, like if they have someone in their life.
Kind of reminds me of her.
Who?
Peg reminds me of Marley a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm sure.
Could have sent.
Yeah, I'm sure your dog sees Marley for sure. This one girl DM'd me and she was like, you always ask for signs, and my dog that I'm just like in love with passed away and I'm devastated. So I asked for a pink alien. And she sent me all these pictures of these pink aliens. And as I was reading her Instagram DM, I was holding my wallet and it was all these pink aliens on my wallet. And I was like, holy shit. And yeah, she sees them all the time.
I remember one night spinning and then thinking, this is so crazy. I remember one night sleeping and thinking I was in the air doing flips.
Wait, that's not crazy?
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Maybe you're astro traveling.
Maybe what?
You're astro traveling.
I don't know. I don't really think I was doing that.
So in your dream, you're just going, wee.
I wasn't like thrilled. I wasn't doing it. I was happy.
Well, it was you, so of course you weren't thrilled.
I wasn't thrilled. I just felt like I was doing flips in the air. And I was like, wait, that can't be true.
Right. Do you ever get that? I mean, I used to get a lot the bed falling like you're like in a circle, almost like Alice in Wonderland style.
Really?
Your bed's
While you're sleeping?
like yeah, you feel like you're falling in a circular motion. I think that one's pretty common though.
Oh, I've never felt
I've definitely felt like I'm falling. Like I've had dreams of like I'm falling and I'll wake up.
Yeah.
Don't they say like
as
if
you go to sleep, you feel like you're falling?
Don't they say if you hit the floor, you die? I don't know if that's true or not.
They do say that.
Oh.
I feel like I've hit the floor in some dreams. I had one lucid dream once. I'm like, that's really fun.
Like what?
When you realize you're dreaming, you could just go, oh, I'm just going to like go up and fly in the air, and you do. And you like, it's like VR. I have a VR headset and it is like that, except you control it with your brain.
Oh, I always just try to fuck someone much hotter than me.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
That's
a
fun.
That's a good use of your time in lucid dreaming.
Fun.
A lot of my the dream turns lucid, a lot of it does turn into sex. Because you're like, there's no consequences. I can fuck whoever I want.
That's true.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with like dating somebody and then breaking up and them dating someone and then you guys getting back together?
I train myself to forget that it ever happened.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'm not I have this bit that I do on stage about how like I never thought I was a jealous girlfriend, but that's because I've never dated anyone other women wanted to fuck before. And so
Or maybe you didn't date anyone you liked.
no, I liked a lot of the guys I dated.
okay, that's good.
The guy I dated for 7 years. We really loved each other a lot, and he was handsome.
I
but,
remember
like,
that relationship.
Steven. He was handsome and stuff, but like women weren't like coming up to him after shows. He wasn't
around.
he wasn't charismatic.
He just wasn't
He was
around.
not
He also
charismatic.
wasn't a performer, was he?
No. But right. So there was a few options, but like with my boyfriend now, like women will come up to him and
Yeah, but I mean, you're very attractive, so I assume guys come up to you all the time too.
No, guys don't come up to female comedians, Adrienne.
I don't mean so
Unless
much.
they're like,
I don't.
"Stop that."
if I'm
No,
wearing
I don't.
like a little tiny dress or something, like I have to.
No, I don't even mean so much in comedy. I'm just saying if you're out, don't you get approached? Yeah,
Sometimes. But I'm also like, I don't know, I'm in my own head, so I don't really don't notice that. I just kind of walk. I'm too like, don't talk to me kind of thing when I'm out in the
Interesting.
wild. Yeah. If you could fuck anyone without consequence, who would it be? We'll end on that.
like famous person.
Anyone you want.
Yeah, it could be someone from
Someone in comedy that's
Yeah.
married.
I mean,
that you wanna fuck,
I
whatever.
really would like to have sex with 50 Cent.
Really?
I think he's so hot.
I think
He
would.
is hot.
He's
So
he
he's
dated
so
Chelsea Handler. I think
Yeah.
he
so
dated you.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
such a
really
great
hot.
troll.
Yeah. He's very funny.
I think this is
He's been
realistic.
shot in the face.
I think if we clip this, it could get to him.
Okay.
I don't look particularly great right now, but
I think you look
You know
great.
what? I'm very good with video editing. You let me know.
This bitch will put mascara on you and everything.
You
She'll
let
give
me know how you want to
she'll give you contacts.
for 50 Cent.
I would love to have sex with 50 Cent.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
How old is 50 Cent these days?
Maybe 50.
That'd be
Very on the
very
nose.
ironic.
Oh, I don't know. I assumed he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess, yeah, that would be. He's got to be about 50-ish. He's probably a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
50 Cent is, I'm asking ChatGPT, 1975. Oh my God. He's as old as my boyfriend. He's 49.
49.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
July 6th.
I think
is
it
his
could
50th.
happen.
I think you
I
should
think it can
plan.
happen too. I think this is a very realistic
I think you
goal.
should figure out how to get there on his 50th birthday because you know that's going to be a big deal
Right?
for 50 Cent's 50th birthday.
And I think he would genuinely like you.
Jeff Ross has got to know him.
Jeff Ross. Then I
got
have
it.
to
Jeff
become
Ross knows
like
everything.
close with Jeff.
Well, we'll do. I'll
We know
say.
Jeff,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know Jeff.
Is this the spirit stuff happening?
I think this is your Pluto return.
Yes.
Listen, I will believe in all this woo-woo bullshit if I end up fucking 50
you
You
Cent.
might fuck 50 Cent.
First Netflix special and then 50 Cent.
I have to hope he watches my special.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's make this.
Let's tweet at him.
Yeah,
How do we do it?
Okay,
We'll
we can
figure-
we can manifest this.
Well,
Adrienne.
yeah,
Come
we'll
on.
figure
Oh my
this out. We'll figure
God.
this out. We'll manifest it, but we'll also like get it. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna.
Yeah. We can
give me a
get
goal.
this.
Check.
We can
Check,
get how
check.
what kind of Instagram are we working with 50 Cent?
I mean,
How-
he's millions.
He has millions.
well, I mean, but how active is he? How? Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
he's
how
a pretty
personal
good
does he
troll.
get?
okay, wait.
That's pretty. He would love your special.
Does Charlemagne know 50 Cent? We know
Oh,
Charlemagne.
he has to. He has to.
Okay, I'm trying to think
And
of
I'm
ways
pretty
we
sure
could get-
50 Cent's been on the Breakfast
Okay.
Club.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. If I put work into it, I could probably get in front of him.
Yeah.
33.8 million.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I just followed him, so he just gained one more follower.
Look at you, just clouding his DMs with more follows.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, Chris Gethard got P. He got P Diddy when he was Puff Daddy to show up at the UCB
Ugh,
theater.
that
Yeah, but he
That
probably
didn't age
thought
well.
he probably thought Chris Gethard was like 12.
Wait, you should roast 50 Cent for his 50th birthday.
I don't want to roast him. I love him.
Okay, maybe you wouldn't be good at roasting him then. I
mean-
feel like you would. I
He
feel like
sometimes tells people during the roast that she wants to fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an
that could be
act.
part of the roast.
Well, I know, but you know,
I know Nikki. She definitely wanted to fuck all the people she said she wanted to fuck.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're
right?
hot.
There's truth in art.
Tom Brady's fucking
true.
gorgeous. I'm not.
He
he's
does
not my
nothing
type.
for me.
He doesn't do anything,
He doesn't
for,
do
me,
anything for me
But
either,
I know
yeah.
that if he was in front of me, I'd want to fuck him.
Travis Kelce's hot.
He is so hot.
You know what though?
I don't like
think he's so
football
hot.
players. Football players just never do it.
Travis
I like
Kelce's,
basketball
like,
players.
grimy.
Like Dennis Rodman to me is like, yeah.
Oh, Dennis Rodman's fucking gorgeous.
I also just
I would like just to hang out with Dennis Rodman.
I love Dennis
I love a
Rodman.
guy who's like, he's kind of gay, but he's not, but he wears
But he's
makeup.
gonna wear a dress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like when men wear dresses in a masculine manner, which is, it's a real niche.
niche.
It's so niche, but I do like it too.
It's a
It's
niche
good.
area that I'm
It's
working
like your
with.
legs chafe for a bit.
Yeah. And you're comfortable. You don't give a fuck.
Yep. Oh,
This is doable, Adrienne. We're going to make it happen.
I'm so glad that we left this episode with a call to action, but also we need another call to action. So promote your special and anything else you
Go
want.
watch The Dark Queen on Netflix. Follow me on Instagram. If you hate it, tell me where I lost you.
Oh,
Like I want someone to be like,
wow.
I was out at 9/11 or whatever. Whatever your thing is that you're like, I hated that one thing.
You really want this feedback?
You want to know?
Sure, yeah. If
you can gauge whether the feedback is from a dumb person or a smart person.
they still have an
Meaning
opinion.
offended.
They still have an opinion. It's weird. 'Cause a lot of people were like, I showed my woke niece your special. She loved it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
really
great.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of 50-50. Like it's both ways, I think. So it's
Consent.
Oh, it's time to
Hey, we make it happen.
You know what's funny? I actually did his movie in Staten Island. I don't know, it was somewhere like an extra role that I went out to get. I got paid for, but I didn't actually do anything.
Wow.
It was like the story of his life or something. I don't
wow.
know. This was a lot of years. This is before stand up.
Wow.
But at that time, did you still feel like a calling to want to have sex with him?
Yeah, he's always been hot.
Okay.
He has always been hot.
Method Man's also hot, but I don't want to be greedy. I did tell my friend she could have him. Oh yeah, Method Man.
I want an Eminem.
Gross. Like,
Oh, Eminem is so hot.
you know he has like a small dick.
I don't give a fuck.
How do you know that?
That's like
how do
public
you-
knowledge.
Oh,
Is it? I've never heard that rumor.
He's not a big guy.
Also, couldn't give two shits. I don't give a shit if he has a vagina. I
that's
don't
why
care.
he is such a good rapper. He really needed to work on something.
Yeah, he needed something to lead with. Whatever. It worked. It worked.
I think that's a thing.
He definitely fingers.
She's just Googling.
I don't care. I really don't need a big. I don't need the dick to be big. I just need you to be like sexual. You know. And he is sexual. I could tell.
Yeah, but it's just like, remember that episode of Sex and the City where like Samantha's like in love with that guy and his dick's so small.
Yes.
And she's in love
She
with
was
him.
so
And
sad.
she
She
tries
was
so,
devastated.
she's like,
Yeah.
they did all these positions where she's like,
She
now
could
go
feel it.
in. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm in. She's like
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not like a size queen. I don't know. Maybe Eminem doesn't have a small dick. I don't want to put that out there.
But you obviously got it from somewhere.
Yeah,
Did you try to look up Eminem's small dick?
I did.
ChatGPT. Does
Chat GPT. Okay.
Eminem, the rapper, have a small dick?
I feel like ChatGPT is going to be
Dick.
like, what?
I accidentally put doc. Let me know how I can assist you. Does Eminem have a small penis? There's no credible information available about Eminem's
Maybe I made that up.
Because the ChatGPT scans the whole internet.
Are 50 Cent and Eminem friends?
Yeah, he brought 50
Shit, we
Cent.
going on a double date.
Well, I was
he-
going to say, I was like, maybe we don't want to disparage Eminem if we're trying to get to 50.
But you love small dicks.
I don't love small dicks.
Listen, I don't know if he has a small dick. I
one's
thought
ever
I
said
heard
that.
that. Maybe he's just bed in bed.
There's no way
Listen,
he's
I
got
want
in bed with
50
a
Cent and
pretty
him to
girl
have
like
a
that.
beef over me because he has to defend me being a dumb cunt.
Oh, okay.
I think he would love that. He loves a mouthy lady because he fucking dated Chelsea Handler, and they like.
That's true.
Yeah,
he does, yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe me and her can have a beef.
Wow.
Ooh, that'd be great.
That
That's
would
great
help-
for your
that would-
career.
that would
Wow,
help
your
my
Pluto
career.
return is going to be amazing. I'm really excited.
so excited.
I'm so excited for all this
You're gonna have
stuff.
beef. in the
I
streets.
walked in here a sad lady and I'm leaving a pretty happy woman.
The guys we fucked
Yes,
with.
that's what we're
Guys,
trying
Damn
to
it,
do.
man.
Make women better and happier in the world.
Sorry we made you
Thank
happier,
so much.
Adrienne.
This has been Guys We Fuck, the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.